Welcome to Conscious Movie Reviews. I'm your host, Joy Davis, and here to review The Predator, an action and adventure sci-fi drama. On a mission to rescue a hostage from a drug cartel in Mexico, sniper Quinn McKenna was distracted by a spaceship that crash-landed nearby. Along with a fellow teammate, they were forced into fierce battle with a fugitive predator at the site. Quinn used the alien's armor and cloaking device to cleverly incapacitate it. Will Traeger, head of the Stargazer project, quickly took the predator away for scientific examination, allowing Quinn to scavenge the alien's remains, a mask, gauntlet, and other gear that he shipped by mail to the home of his ex-wife and son. Based on Quinn's psych evaluation by the military, they made him a government captive because he did witness alien activity. Within the film, the damaged spacecraft can relate to how the aliens' goals were too high and unattainable, so it crashed on Earth like a failed attempt. By taking the mask and gauntlet, Quinn claimed his knighthood in a symbolic way for his honorable service to the military. He secretly wanted to be a hero, a protector of the people, but had to hide that part of himself to all but his own family. And by witnessing a hostile alien, it reinforced how he felt alienated from those around him now that he's considered crazy and a captive of the government. Quinn was bussed off with other prisoners who made him the butt of their jokes. All former military men, they introduced themselves as Nebraska, Baxley with Tourette's syndrome, Coyle, Lynch, and Nettles. Evolutionary biologist Casey Brackett was the new hire on Traeger's team. She learned that the fugitive predator has some traces of human DNA. When the alien broke the table straps, Casey survived his bloody breakout from the lab. She crossed paths with Quinn to go on a predator hunt. It was the group's shared humor that helped them fight off an alien attack, because when you feel loose inside, it opens the heart to let go of fear and allow for more creative, well-rounded solutions during combat. Joking around was also a way for Quinn as a marksman to relieve a stress that can come from being too addicted to narrow focus. When Rory, the autistic son of Quinn, opened the package from his father, he wanted to keep the armor and gauntlet. It was an ideal costume for Halloween to go undetected by his school's bullies. Hiding behind alien gear relates to how Rory is highly sensitive with autism. He needed a line of defense to protect him, like strong armor, against the toxic and chaotic energies of this Earthworld. The scene in the basement is similar to how Jesse Marcel Jr., at 10 years old, went through the box of alien debris brought to him by his father from the Roswell, New Mexico crash site in 1947. He observed unusual items that included a metallic bar with a hieroglyphic inscription on it. Experts in quantum physics have recognized that the alien writing looks very much like electron cloud patterns. Once the alien's gear was turned on, it served as a tracking device. The ultimate predator picked up the signal in space to steer the ship in Rory's direction, arriving with alien dogs. His father Quinn and the others showed up just in time to avoid getting ambushed on the field. The alien attack dogs represented betrayal, because a dog is usually considered a loyal companion. Their aggressive behavior relates to how Quinn was betrayed and excluded by the government when he was unfairly made a captive. These dogs also reflected the military's prisoners who liked to travel as a pack. They each had an animalistic side to them that's wildly spontaneous in speech and behavior, but must be controlled because it's not socially acceptable. Casey theorized that the aliens are really DNA hunters, They arrived on Earth to capture specific types of humans for genetic enhancement of their species. This is a good example of how aliens have been able to experiment on the human form, choosing Earth as a harvest place to get their hosts, either by abduction or by arrangement with government officials. Rory was their prize specimen, the next step in the evolutionary chain for being on the autistic spectrum. Based on neurological studies, those with autism have more brain connectivity, giving them exceptional memory skills to notice fine details. They see things mentally in pictures rather than words. Besides having a hypersensitive brain, they're also endowed with extreme sensory and motion perception that's animal-like. As an example, Rory picks up on sounds that's beyond the normal auditory range. Because it's at such a high frequency, he hears it like a highly static radio signal that's irritating. Henry Markham of the Human Brain Project discovered that autism is an excess of memory, emotion, and sensation, not a deficit. They revel in patterns and predictability to make sense of the chaos. When the ultimate predator showed up to decimate the fugitive predator, Traeger suspected that there must be something valuable that was left behind on the alien ship. He relied on Rory's unique ability to understand the alien's written language, to track, then enter the spacecraft. Renowned mystic healer Sonia Grace offered her insight to explain that autistic kids have been rewired to respond to a different frequency. Aliens, or extraterrestrials, have infiltrated humans for generations. They're experimenting on people all over the globe. They're studying the human form and the frequency they exist in on Earth. Autism is part of this energetic experimentation. According to Meg Blackburn-Losey, author of The Children of Now Evolution, she recognizes that many on the autistic spectrum are highly intuitive and can tap into different levels of subtle energies. Like Rory, they can free their consciousness to explore other realities beyond this third-dimensional world. Attempts to abduct Rory by Traeger's men, then the Predator, was foiled when Quinn showed up with his group. Two of the men sacrificed their life to take down the ship that was in flight. Sometime later, the new head of the Stargazer project opened the cargo that was smuggled by the fugitive alien. It was a powerful new armor with built-in firing power that Rory called the Predator Killer and Quinn claimed as his new suit.